Senju Hashirama was one of the founding shinobi of Konoha-gaku-rei, or the Hidden Leaf Village. He was born on October 23. He was the eldest of the four sons of Senju Butsuma. His brothers were Tobarama, Kawurama, and Atama. On the foundation of Konoha, he was made the first Hokage. Hashirama was hailed as the god of shinobi for his unmatched ninja prowess. Hashirama was a tall, tan-skinned man, with dark eyes. He had waist-length black hair typically styled in a center-parted fringe that framed his face. He had an excitable and cheerful personality. He loved meeting new people, having friendly competitions, and gambling. In spite of this, when news of trouble comes, Hashirama's behavior immediately turns from laughing to sulking. Then shortly, he'd go back to his usual high-spirited nature. Hashirama met Uchiha Madara when they were young. The two developed a friendly rivalry, be it skipping stones or urinating in rivers, with Hashirama typically winning their contests. In time, both Madara and Hashirama became leaders of their respective clans. They continued to meet in combat, and still Madara could never defeat Hashirama's superior abilities. Eventually, the Senju clan and Uchiha clan came into unity, and formed the Konoha-gaku-rei with other clans, with Hashirama as the first Hokage of the village. Hashirama considered Madara as his brother. He placed great trust in Madara by desiring him to be the next Hokage, believing it was the best way for him to recover from the loss of his brothers. During his lifetime, Hashirama helped train one of Tobarama's students, Sarutobi Hiruzen. He also got to spoil his first grandchild, Tsunade, who inherited his addiction to gambling. As a Senju and a reincarnation of Otsutsuki Asura, Hashirama possessed a powerful life force and physical energy. His chakra was remarkably strong that it could visibly affect his surroundings. His life force also grants him enough stamina to fight non-stop for a 24-hour period. His body was full of vitality, giving regenerative powers that could heal injuries with no residual effects. He had an advanced chakra control to perform complex and large-scale techniques. He was also able to produce 10 wood clones while maintaining a Kage level barrier. Hashirama could summon multiple Rashomon gates to protect himself and could use advanced barrier ninjutsu to subdue the 10 tails. He could also break Madara's control over the 9 tails. His skill in Fuinjutsu could store several different types of weapons for battle. He was proficient in all 5 basic nature transformations, along with yin and yang. He was most famous for his use of wood release, which was exclusive to him as no one else has naturally have this power. Because of his large chakra reserves, Hashirama could instantaneously use Senjutsu and enter Sage mode, where he gains markings around and under his eyes as well as in the middle of his forehead. During Sage mode, his wood release were greatly augmented, causing his constructs to become larger and more dangerous, such as the Sage Art wood release, true several thousand hands. Hashirama was skilled also in taijutsu that match experts like Madara and Hiruzen. He was able as well to cast genjutsu to lock a target in perpetual darkness for the technique's duration. His DNA was highly coveted after his death, due to the fact that only Hashirama possessed the ability to use wood release, controlling the tailed beasts, and self-healing. Hashirama believed his job was to protect the village, his family, at all costs. This philosophy, the will of fire, had become a cornerstone of Konoha teachings for decades after his death.